All right, guys, we are gonna get started here today. It is not the kind of day that I enjoy. It is the kind of day that you know, having one of those moments, right? That's what's going on. I'm on the wrong screen. Sorry about that. Just got the guys put out the door. The installers. We're gonna start with the old one, right? We're gonna start with the Art of War, show some old stuff. Hydrate, I can do that right off the bat. I can do that. I actually had some computer problems this past week. I think I got them all resolved. But good to see you guys today. I'm gonna be doing a little Q&A with people who want to ask some questions before we go into that AMA with Steven later. Can we see the kitty? Only if the kitty decides to come over. I just had strangers in the house, so the kitty may not want to come out of hiding for a little bit. But guys, I am Jahlon. I do a lot of content creation for Ashes of Creation. Been having a good time doing that. I see a poll, Frognar or no Frognar. Somebody gave out 5 tier 1 community subs while I was making a tea. I appreciate that. We're back in business full time, man. I am in the process of getting my office set up. Once my office is set up, I will be able to stream more regularly. Unfortunately, today I wanted to get started a couple hours ago. I was at the mercy of the bed delivery people. My daughter needed a new bed. Let's see. Did I miss any questions up at the top? Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Good morning. Hello, Fupo. What is going on? Bards, man, I am waiting for a ton of Bard information. Somebody's asking, oh, you've never caught the opening night stream? Yeah, I did this. This is an Assassin's Creed overlay. I do want to get my own custom overlays made. But for the meantime, I'm using the default ones out of Stream Elements. Let's see. No cookie emote. You know what, Fupo? Here's what I'm going to do for you. Right here. Cookie emote. I'm going to add one. I have spots. So we're going to get that added. Let's see. Is Vera round? Vera is either round or it's a map. And thank you all for everybody that is mass following. Means a lot to me. Vera may very well end up being flat. It also may be a globe. Steven wants to test it both ways. A big part of that is going to determine how the rest of the world works out. Let me bring up the map real quick. Oh my lord, look at it. I don't know what's going on today. We just started and we're gonna get going out the box. Let's see. We're gonna need to go to the Ashes 101. We're gonna need the map. So there we go. Here's your map of Vera. That is a horrible quality map of Vera. Let me change that with the large size map. And then shrink that down. Unfortunately, I didn't get everything set up that I wanted to get set up for the stream. Why is that not? What are we doing here? My lord. Oh, I think I'm not grabbing it. Could be the problem. Map just does this map. You know what? I'm gonna do it again. Sometimes these things just don't want to grab properly. I do want to eventually have an overlay set up completely. That's better. Then we can shrink. Oh, apparently I got yelled at because I posted that I'm streaming in the community media channel. My bad. Whatever. We can get over it. I linked it into the wrong channel. I'm a bad boy. There. So anyway, Oh, and I'm chat filtered again. I don't care. Whatever. Move on. Let's see. So you got this world. You can go. They may do it They may do it flat, or they may do it so you can go around the world. The big problem is it's going to matter how other content's going to come into the game. So you could definitely see a problem where if you do a globe and then suddenly you have to add more content, then you're going to suddenly be in a position that, like, well, why didn't I know about these continents? Here's my suggestion. Here is my suggestion. I would start the game off flat, and I would start this entire continent wrapped in ice. So you'd be able to sail to the edges of this map, and then you just have, like, you're just completely surrounded by ice. And then if you wanted to open up more continents later, you would already be laid out to do it. You would already be laid out to open up a part of that ice so you could go down. Because then it deals with the whole, well, why isn't the world round? If you suddenly do the world round, right, and then you added another continent, you're like, well, where did this come from? Or you'd have to do the world round, and you would have to have, like, hundreds of square kilometers of just open ocean. Thank you. And then suddenly something comes up out of the ground. Like, all we're going to do is have Atlantises left, right, and center. Let's see. I know, I'm a rebel. I accidentally linked something in the wrong place. Of course, sometimes, I mean, I deserve to get poked sometimes. One of the moderators at Ashes of Creation doesn't like me. I really don't care. That's just sometimes that's how life goes. I think one of the moderators is horrible and should be removed, but I'm not going to tell you who. That's my personal opinion. But moving on. Why can't I get off my boat and explore the ice sheet? Because you die instantaneously from the cursed, corrupted ice. I mean, you got to remember that it's a game, and sometimes the GMs, the people in charge of the game, have to have a magic pencil. So, with that said, we're going to start with, I want to show you guys the old freeholds, and so then you'll see the new freehold video and see the massive improvement. Honestly, just do it flat. In the end, it's a game. I don't see a need to make this thing overcomplicated. It's not that it's overcomplicated. It's that there is definitely advantages of having a globe that you can sail around the world. It definitely becomes a factor. Arcade had a huge problem with the fact that their game was supposed to grow rapidly, and then it didn't. So you ended up having these places that should have had ports that could have gone the other way. You got to have your, like, 3, 6, 9, 12 month roadmap, and then you have to have your 2-year, 5-year, 10-year plan. And Steven has that. I mean, Steven has talked about knowing where he wants to take the game. So I know it seems like a minor thing, but having a flat Vera versus a globe Vera is important. There's other potential baked into the backstory. You could also introduce some lore where the 4 divine gates are actually pushing back the corruption, providing habitable land. Actually, we have a little bit of the story of that lore. What happens is, what happens with the lore of why we went to Sanctus is actually, thank you for all the follows, guys, is actually the lore of the Battle Royale. Steven has played the Pathfinder game in a couple of charity events of the world before the fall. And then the Battle Royale is tied into the lore in that you're the people who got to a divine gateway, right? You're standing on the loading island. You get into the divine gateway. You go in, and then you're almost to Sanctus. And the corruption hits the divine gates. And so that's that storm moving, and the corruption hits the divine gate, and in order to protect itself, Sanctus disconnects your call. And that's why you end up getting shot back to Vera on a griffin. And the reason why you're killing each other is you're going mad from the corruption. And then castle siege mode is people that are trying to take over these castles. They're going to try to weather the corruption. And then horde mode is going to be where there's nowhere left for you to go. You're holding this last bastion of civilization from the monsters that have gone nuts from the corruption. So that's kind of the lore for that. Do we know the extent of control a player will have over player-owned structures and businesses? For example, if I own a tavern, will I be able to set prices and decide on goods sold over the bar? Yes. Will you be able to navigate from one continent to another, similar to Arcade? Yes. We're curious about shipbuilding. Don't have a lot about shipbuilding. I will share the limited amount of stuff I have for naval content is there. Steven has talked about the naval content. He liked Arcade's naval content. He thinks he should have taken it further. Can you please explain this game? What do you want me to explain? If you're looking for just a general overview, you want to go crazy, you want to get nuts, down below there's a link. Ashes 101. There's a big chalkboard link that'll tell you there, and it'll start explaining the game. You gotta come with like a bigger question. All right, hold on. He's here. He's here. He wants to be seen. He wants to be seen. Hi. No, you don't. You don't want to be seen. You just want to harass me. You don't want to be seen. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is my buddy. Do I taste good? I haven't had breakfast yet. All right. So let's see. There are only 4 divine gates. Seems too little for how big the map is. No, there's 4 starting areas. There's 8 starting camps. You're going to come out of those divine gates, and then you're going to push into the world, and you're going to make the world your own. So I think 4 is fine. 4 will work. Steven talked about family fast travel. He said he wanted travel to matter, but doesn't that go out the window when you have alt tunes accounts and the guild forms family links? Yes, it does. And here's the thing. The family teleporting thing is brand new. We had never heard about that before, so I need to get some more information from Steven. I need everybody in the community to kind of meet me on this one. When Steven says something on an off-the-cuff interview, there's 2 types of interviews that Steven's going to do. He's going to do interviews with content creators like me who have a lot of information about Ashes of Creation. And so when I ask a question, I'm going to be dialing down like through, I'm going to be looking at the tree, then the branch, then the leaf, and then we're going to be looking at the veins on the leaf. When Steven's doing a marketing interview, which those are 2 different things, he's trying to hype the game, ultimately, is what he's trying to do. So give him about a 20% leeway. The man's human. He also has like 4,000 pages of document in his head. So yes, I acknowledge that the family teleporting does contradict a lot of the things he's previously said. At the same time, I haven't had a chance to catch him and be like, hey, you need to really dial that one down a little bit more because you've made people worried. In one interview, Steven managed to worry people with both flight paths and the family travel system. I already have that marked on my document. I keep a running document. If I can't answer your question, I add your question to my list of questions to ask Steven. And then I have the family teleporting thing on my list because it needs to be dialed in. I'm gonna actually make sure. I'm gonna actually cut and paste what you said because I like the way you phrased that, like go right out the window. And so that's a good question. Like some of these things, that's a good question to try to ask during the AMA. Will Alpha 1 have all the archetypes in the game? Alpha 1 will eventually have all 8 archetypes. That's the goal, to get all 8 archetypes in Alpha 1 and then all 64 classes in Alpha 2. If an alliance of 3 guilds siege a castle, who would become the ruler of the castle? Whichever guild leader channels the flag. So when you have multiple people, when you have multiple guilds fighting, remember, your alliance members may screw you, and that is part of the design. Like if you guys watch the TV show Hannibal, this is my design. The design of the castle siege system is I'm probably not going to invite guild leaders to my sieges. And I'm going to outright tell them, sorry, I'm going to invite your shooters. I'm going to invite your people, not inviting you, because I want to limit the number of people who can screw me over. Now, granted, that guild leader can still designate one of his officers to be a chandler. But I already understand. I played Eve for a long time. I understand the intricacies and the backstabbing, the politics, and the espionage. Am I pumped? Yes, I'm definitely pumped. I'm having a good day. It's a great day. I haven't worked out yet. I haven't gone for my walk. I was kind of stuck here waiting for the delivery guys, but I'm pumped. I'm pumped for the game. I'm pumped for the AMA. I am sad, guys. I am not going to be here for the live stream next Friday, so you're not going to get a Jahlon live stream recap until I get back. I am going to try to put together an AMA recap today. People have asked me why I didn't do a Summit or an Asmongold recap. I think that's disingenuous as me of a creator. I'm a small guy. I don't want to be seen as trying to like jump on coattails. I take the information out of those live streams and I roll it into my content, but I'm not going to sit here and react to their reactions of Peon's video. That's not my style. That's not my wheelhouse. What's named that the white cat you saw earlier? His name is Cloud. My wife was playing Kingdom Hearts when we got the cats. Another Q&A. I'm working my ass off. You know what? I'm gonna thank you guys. Honestly, let me look at the current numbers. Oh, look at that. Another follow. Oh, hold on. I need a second. My okay, sign in. This was ridiculous this morning. I had to create my daughter a Sleep IQ account for her bed. And I don't want YouTube Kids. I gotta log out of my daughter. I gotta log out of my daughter's account. Log into my account. Sign out of all accounts. We'll do that. Because obviously I can't go to my creator panel on my daughter's account. There we go. I want to thank you guys. I did that Q&A last week and I uploaded it for the historical record, right? I just uploaded it for the historical record. That video that I did, that 7-hour interview, there are some of you that are crazy enough you've watched all 7 hours of it. That video has gotten almost 6,000 views and 3,000 hours of watch time. So, didn't he say families will be limited in size? Yes. Yes. Let's see. Will there be an auto run to destination? There will be some auto pathing that will take you to the next location, but you're not going to be able to be in you're not going to be up here in the upper left-hand quadrant of the West Continent and go all the way down to the bottom. They're not going to let you auto path like that. That's not going to happen. I did skip over your question, but I went back. Just finished watching your 7-hour Q&A. I know, I just said that. Some of you are crazy. Will base class clerics be the only players that have direct healing spells? Yes. If so, will there be any way to have other classes heal, such as a staff that has a healing skill tree? I don't think so, but we don't know enough about the skill trees on the weapons. Am I going to play this game? Yes. This is my Ashes of Creation is my last destination for an MMORPG. I'm going to have some side games that I help promote: Fractured, Defend the Night, and Valar. But as Ashes goes deeper, I'm just going to have Tunnel Vision on. Let's see. Are you going to play this game? Yes. And why would he send his guild members? My example was I'm going to invite the members of a guild to come join, but not the guild leader. Why would he do that? Because if you're in an alliance, you are going to want to be on favorable terms with the king. The king can do a lot of things for you. The king can do a ton of things for you, so you want to be on good terms with the king. At the same time, kings are going to realize there's going to be people that screw them over. Defending a castle is going to be a whole lot different than attacking a castle. Once you're a monarch, you're going to have people that want to join your guild because they want to be. The 5 castles are going to be a huge thing. They're going to unlock a lot of content. They're going to generate gold. Those castles have 3 nodes attached to them that's going to generate content. So yeah. Let's see. Is this game like EVE Online? Yes. Let's see. How are arenas, battlegrounds, and other instance PvP scenarios of this sort going to be accessed, and what rewards could we hope for winning? You're not going to be getting gear from arenas. They want PvP to be meaningful. So if you're going to be gearing up through PvP, or you think you're going to be gearing up through PvP, you're not. They don't want to have specific paths. Now, arenas can get cosmetics. They can get some enchants based on the PvP season. More to follow on that. I haven't been paying much to this game. Do I have introductory videos on it? Yes, I have an entire introductory website, 784, Ashes 101. Can we get a version of the map with the node areas mapped? No. You will not get a map from them about... You won't get that level of information. You are going to have to build the world, and the world will change based on the players. So technically, only members of the guild that place the siege on the castle can participate on the attack. Yes. Steven clarified this recently. The first guild leader that places a declaration siege flag at a castle, his guild members can sign up to siege. Now, that guild leader will have the ability to invite other people into the event. Territories of EVE Online and politics. Yes, it's going to be like that, except players don't, or guilds don't own nodes. Guilds don't own nodes. Players own nodes. Now, yes, absolutely. If I'm the mayor of my node, and I'm the guild leader, everyone's going to view it as, well, Paradox owns this node. If one of my officers, not even one of my officers, if one of my rank and file members of my guild becomes a mayor, he is the mayor of the town. He doesn't have to be the guild leader. He doesn't have to be an officer. Nodes are individual people content. Castles are guild content. Do we know about add-ons and UI customization? No add-ons. None. They're not giving out the API. You're not going to be able to do that stuff. They don't want you to be able to do it. Steven's goal is to have a UI development team that makes the UI work. They have a UI artist from Blizzard. He worked on Diablo 4. He came over to Intrepid. He's completely redoing the UI. What they want is they want to be responsive to community desires. So that's what they're aiming for. They don't want the community building AI or add-ons. They want to just be fixing the problems. How are castles different than Metropolis? You need to go to Ashes 101 on that one. The big picture, there's 5 castles per server. Their regions are static. There can be up to 5 metros per server. They have zones of influence that can go over multiple castle regions. And Metropolis is a stage 6 node. A castle is a castle. A castle is actually not a node. A castle is a static location. Is this the game that has seasons and resets after a while? No, that would be Crowfall. Why send your guild members? Taxes you want to cut. Send bodies. Yeah, here's the big thing. You might be a guild leader who controls a node on the border of my region. You know you're not strong enough to take the castle, but you send some of your best PvPers to help me take the castle. And then your guild operates out of a node. Again, you don't own the node as a guild, but your guild operates out of that. You like being on the border. You like skirmishing. And a group that you can't handle declares war, or sorry. Well, yes, a group you can't handle declares war on your node. You have more PvP. Your node gets weakened. You have a bad couple of nights. You lose some buildings. You lose some defenses. Now somebody comes along and lays siege to your node. That's when you want to be able to call up the king and be like, hey, I'm under siege. Can I get some extra gold for walls, gates, siege equipment? And I'm going to be like, oh, where's my book? Be like, oh yeah. Hey guys, not only am I sending you gold for walls, gates, siege equipment, mercenaries, mini bosses, your siege is in 3 days. I'm just going to make that a guild event. Everybody go down to that node, register for defense. We're going to defend it. Let's see. Man, I know I asked you already in questions, but I'm generally concerned about my.com being the EU publisher. Am I EU or US? I am US, so I do not have to deal with my.com. However, I will tell you, I was not happy with the way Intrepid handled the my.com announcement. I beat them up for it. I did a couple of videos on it. I think the way they handled it was very poor. Very, very bad marketing, very, very bad public relations, very, very bad community interaction. I beat up on Steven, just so you guys know. You're gonna see, if you're new to the community, you are gonna see Steven and I publicly lock horns. And that's okay. Because I don't get in his face like, you suck, blah, blah, blah. I get in his face and I say, these are your previous statements. This is your current action. Please rectify the previous statements to your current action and give the community an explanation. Steven was so concerned about the community's response to my.com that I ended up writing Steven a white paper about my.com and all of the issues that people had. Steven actually left Gamescom to go down to my.com headquarters, and he had like a day and a half worth of meetings. I had this long list of things that we needed some reassurances on, and he brought those back. Like, I know people are like, well, the Revelation Online servers suck. Yeah. Well, Steven has told my.games, I'm going to give you server performance benchmarks, and you will meet them. North America is not going to be on AWS, and my.games going to the cheapest vendor. My.games is going to be running AWS servers. I know people hate my.games. I get it. I hate my.games. I'm glad I don't have to deal with them. But you got to give them a chance when it comes to Ashes to do the right thing. Let them do the right thing. Let them fail at doing the right thing, and then let Intrepid know what the issue is. Again, you can't just you can't put a ticket in. Appreciate that. You can't put a ticket in at my.games at 12 o'clock, and at 12:05, put a ticket in at Intrepid and say, my.coms didn't help me. Now, you got to give them some time. But if you put a ticket in today on Saturday at my.games about an issue, and 2 days go by and they don't even respond to your ticket, that's when you go over to Intrepid and you say, I have this ticket in at my.games. Per Steven's directive, I haven't gotten any answer from my.games. Can Intrepid please assist? What's going to happen is my.games is only going to get so many of those forgivenesses, and then Steven's going to have another meeting with them and say, your customer service performance level is, on my end, about 42%. What also happens at the end of that is my.games is going to make a fucking ton of money. And if they screw up, then at the end of the contract, Steven will be like, I'm going to find a new distributor. Have a good day. Any info about gear and what... Oh, hold on, I missed one. Is PvP gear equalized? No. Does your PvE gear matter in Arena? Yes, but they may do an equalized Arena. They haven't... Remember, Arena is not a primary focus of Ashes. It's a theme in the PvP theme box, but it's only one of 7. So there's a lot of things about Arena. I know you Arena dogs want to know everything about Arenas. Arenas are like, really, I'm not trying to insult the thing you love, but small fish. Small fish. Any info about gear and what stats they give? Any special stats like crit, haste? How about special procs? Yes. Yes, it's going to do that stuff. No, we don't have that information. Are scribes going to be able to make maps? Cartographers are going to be able to make maps if they go that route. They may not go that route. That is something they want to try to do. But again, if they put every single thing into the game that they want to put into the game's not coming out until like 2040. So there might be some things that have been talked about or mentioned that get put below the line. Like one of the things Steven has said is below the line now is battle maps. Battle maps originally was going to be a big thing, and now they may still occur, but they won't be in by launch. Look at that. Appreciate it, guys. Let's see. Grinding out the map instead of the desert, we can like G14 more specific areas. No, you're not going to get any. You're not going to get anything about the map. You're not going to get anything about the map. They're not giving you any. Literally, they're not giving you anything about the map. Let me just say it that way. You're going to have to do the map yourself. Saturday stream. I know. I want to stream for a couple of hours before Steven does his AMA. I want people to get their commonly asked usual suspects questions answered. And then we will, hopefully Steven will be able to answer like new stuff. A taco on every corner. Oh, guys, I'm starving. It's just rolled over noon. Just so you guys know how much I love you. My window for eating just opened. I'm on intermittent fasting because if you saw some of my other videos, this face was fat. It's still fat, but we're making progress. I'm going to end up having done like a 19-hour fast by the time I can eat. How much stats do you lose on leveling on death and max level? I don't know. I mean, there's just no way for me to know. I mean, I can consult the Magic 8-Ball. The results are unclear. That you guys got to keep in mind. Pull your view up a little bit. Pull your view out from the like teeniest, tiniest vein on the leaves. We haven't even tested stuff yet. So I know everybody wants details. Some of the stuff we just can't have. Are we going to see fights over resources? Yes. Like X Zone has the best mining? Yes. Here's the other thing. Oh, look at that. That's a sub. That's a subscription. I got to fix that one. I don't know why that one's all the way up there. Here's the thing. Resources will spawn in a place and then they will move. They will never spawn in the same place over and over and over again. Certain areas will have 1 week seasons. Yes, that is true. The PvP season is 6 months. Will Otters be the best mount? Yes, Cam. Otters will be the best mount. And keep your Otter pirates from stealing ships. If you guys don't know what I mean by an Otter pirate, ask me on the Discord later and I will post a boat that is taken over by Otters. Do we have word on macros and things like focus frames? No macros. No external macros. No like G502, G10, G600, Logitech. I'm a Logitech guy. Macros, because that interferes with script detection. But they may do like macros in game. I kind of doubt it though, because they don't want the game playing. They want you playing the game, not the game playing you. At least when it comes to tab targeting, I generally prefer to use mouse over macros. Yeah, probably not, to be honest. Will they be changing seasons in Ashes? Yes, 1 week seasons. Is this pure PvP game and full loot? No, it is not full loot. You can only drop loot if you are corrupted. If you're not corrupted, you can never drop loot. Let's see. I always play heals support in MMOs, and usually the default group UI is terrible for healing. That's why I asked about UI customization. You got to have a pretty big group UI HP bars for proper healing, and I hope they take that into consideration. Couple of things. Number one, I'm a healer, so I'm going to be on Steven's ass all the time about the healing interface. It's just that simple. And number two, I'm not a huge content creator, but I do have a lot of people that will absolutely get into testing, and they won't, like I tell you guys, we don't provide like feedback that says this sucks. Paradox Gaming, we provide feedback that says this is probably not the best way to go about it. These tweaks need to be done. This is why. These are examples. We go into like 5 or 6 games. We pull examples. We show arrows. So yeah. And then number 3, Steven played healer in Arcade. He played a self-healing Templar. I know people always like he played a mage. I was like, yeah, but he also had a Templar build for tanking Kraken. Steven knows what it's like. Steven knows the pains of healers. In my interview with him on July 8th, we talked about flagging, but specifically healer flagging. So Steven gets it. So trust that. I am 100% confident Steven gets it. There was one death that I can't forgive my.com for, L-Odds Online. Never played it. Next gen consoles? No, probably not. And here's why. It's an MMORPG. You have to have social interaction. It is very, very difficult to replicate good social interaction on a PlayStation because most people don't have a keyboard. Here's the big thing. I play Final Fantasy XIV. I can play it on my PlayStation, and I just don't. I play it on PC because it's a PC-developed game. I hate when they try to do console ports for games because you end up having to affect the PC players to make it fair. Well, this is my response to fair. And if you guys have watched my show, you know I try to educate sometimes. Fair and equal are not the same word. Fair is everybody gets what they deserve. Equal gets everybody gets the same. I'm tired of console gamers trying to play an MMORPG saying it's not fair. No, it is fair. You're playing on a console. You're playing with a controller. You don't have a keyboard. I can't ask questions. That's not my problem. Get on Discord. Get something. Find a guild that will tolerate you being on a console. But I hate when people are like, I don't know what I'm doing. It took me 8 minutes to type this with my keyboard, my controller keyboard. I'm sorry. Get a computer. Get a keyboard. You don't even need your computer. Just get a keyboard. Plug it in your PlayStation. Thanks for the clarification about my.com. I like the dedication of what Steven did to give up his day to go down to their headquarters. Nice story. Yeah, I think it is. And if you guys want more on that, on my YouTube, you're going to see some of my older videos. I'm sorry about the volume. I didn't know I was deaf. I was screaming at you guys in my older videos with my noise-reducing headphones. But there is my.com stories, both the concern and the follow-up. Look at that, guys. Boom, boom. We're just chinging. We're going out. I think we're going to hit 4,500 today during the show. I appreciate you guys. Trying to build back up. By the way, good job on being a content creator for the games. Thank you. Big cheers for doing these videos. Thank you. Can you reliably heal group content if you have healer as a secondary specialization? No. If you take sub-cleric, you're not a healer. You're going to have some self-sustain, but you are not going to have heal abilities. Is the Caravan PvP area going to start immediately on creation, or is it going to start some point later, like outside of the village, or time-based? Racking my brain here. Going deep into quotes. Let me think. I do believe Steven hinted at one point that the Caravan PvP system starts right after the Caravan clears the node. Wow, guys. I gotta get like a follow train going or something, like a little Jahlon chasing Steven with a pen, not a knife, with a pen. Just do that across the bottom of the stream. Let's see. Steven's Ask Me Anything is in 2 hours. Yes. Let's see. Take a 15 for food. No, we'll survive. No, I'll be fine. I'll be good. I'm skipping over some stuff if I see people have answered that. Somebody said they're on alternate day fasting. That coupled with the carnivore diet, they're down 100 pounds since February. How much am I down? I am down 58 pounds at least since March of 2019. So I'm going. A taco on every corner asks, is this game still on schedule to release this year? No. That schedule was thrown out in March of 2019. So they're promising a bunch of stuff but won't deliver it for launch. That's a pretty big red flag if you ask me. I don't. It's not a big red flag to me. As long as they're communicating. They haven't had scope creep as they've gone. So they've taken like one thing off the list. Oh, that's a subscription. I gotta fix the subscription. I gotta fix that. I don't know why it's like that. Where's my... No. I don't know why that one is up too high. I'll fix it. Fix too high up. So yeah, I mean they took one thing off the deliverables list so far. I don't think that's a huge deal. And what they took off was not an original core game item. So I think it's okay to have talked about something and then take that one something off and say it's going to deliver after launch. I don't think that's a big deal. You meant internal macros? Yeah, we don't know anything about what they're going to do for internal macros. I don't know anything about the focus target questions. Focus target and target of target are pretty common MMO staples. So I imagine that they're going to be there. Let's see. Will there be mods? No. Final Fantasy XIV is still pretty solid for the PlayStation 4. Yes, it is. But even if you only played on the PlayStation 4, it's not as good as it is on the PC. There's zero specific, no numbers. Yeah, they're not going to give you, just so you know, here's the way this works. You are never going to know the specific numbers for a contract because honestly, and this isn't trying to be flippant to you, the specifics and the metrics are none of your business. I mean, they're absolutely none of your business because you don't have a contract with Intrepid. You don't have a contract with My.Games. Their contract is private between the two of them. So yeah, you're never going to know the metrics, but here's the thing. People like me, and just so you guys can see this, if it's a metric that they say and they promise to the community, people like me who are logisticians who really have nothing better to do with their retirement, and I'm going to show you guys this. I actually keep them on their toes with them when they say like, well, we're going to deliver this. So this is actually from my Ashes 101 site. Everything that they said that they're going to deliver, I hold them accountable to. So how many weekly updates? Now, there is a thing where Margaret and I disagree about the weekly updates. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to ask Steven during my interview. I really do need to pull him aside and say, hey, can we get a public reversal of your weekly updates statement? Because you're not really doing weekly updates. But, you know, is the creative director letter delivered? Is it delivered on time? And then here's the link to it. Did you give us a video? You know, they have until the end of July. They have 6 days to give us a video. I don't care what it's on. It can be 3 minutes. But like technically I have to add, technically I would add the freehold video down here, but they didn't release the freehold video individually. So that is loaded up here in the stream. The freehold video that I show, they didn't release that. I'm going to overlay it over the top of this. This new freehold video, if they released that, it would count as a video because they said they'd give us a video each month. Let's see. Can you talk about PvP more? No, the game is not pure PvP. I answered that. The game is a PvE, PvP, PvX theme box. There'll be different themes in the makeup of the game. Sometimes, I mean, you are going to have to PvP. There will be times you have to PvP. There will be times you get attacked. So, the person asking who you are, or aren't you listening? And you said, who are you? To the person telling you, I just answered it. Let's see. I would also be excited if they did go through with the no in-game macros and no heal mouse over. As a healer, that makes me super excited. I guess I'm a purist. Yeah. I agree. I do like mouse heal overs. I think they're okay, but I think you're going to get what you want with action skills. So, yeah. All right, guys, I'm trying to get caught up. Let's see. I gave my Twitch Prime to a dude eating hot peppers the other day. That's okay. Physical notes. Yeah, man, I am old school. I know I look like I'm in my 20s. I'm actually 40. I keep hard copy notes. It's the best way that I can get stuff done. Has Steven explained to the community how My.com is a publisher with its known well history matches with his aims and goals? I don't see how it'll work. It works like this. Intrepid Studios simply cannot publish in Europe, self-publishing. Okay? So let me take care of that. And let me take care of hydrating. So, boom. Here's the thing. Most publishers in Europe publish their own games. The really big guys. The guys with 50 million to get started as a publisher. If you guys don't know this, it is very, 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 very expensive to get started as a business in Europe. Let me tell you guys this. I'm a corporation. The Paradox Gaming Network is a corporation. It cost me less than $1,000 to set up. Okay, it costs less than $1,000 in America to set up a corporation. I can do business in all 50 states. It costs millions of dollars to get started in Europe. Millions. If you're an American company, because you have to establish a physical presence. You have to provide all of your documentation in English, German, and French. Steven, at this junction, simply cannot self-publish in Europe. Steven had to find a publisher. They went with my.com, my.games, because they're the only company that would agree to a distribution contract without getting any creative control. Again, I know the history of my.games is horrible, but you have to give them the opportunity to improve and then fail. And I say that, and I'm going to use a personal example. My early videos were total trash. If you look at my early videos as a content creator were total trash. If people didn't give me a chance to improve, then I'd still be making trash videos, or I wouldn't be making any videos. But we took time. We figured out that I was deaf and I was screaming at you. I changed to a sound collar instead of headphones. Not the best item to be playing a game with, but a better item for me to be a streamer with. So, yeah, give my.games a chance. Steven's not going to invest 30 to 40 million of his own money and then let my.games ruin his dream. So I get it. I get it. You can voice the concern. I get it. However, once they fail, I'll be the first person jumping on them with a spear in the beast. Will there be cosmetic pets to collect? Yes, there'll be cosmetic pets and or cosmetic pet skins. Will there be GMs? Yes, there will be in-game GMs that slap people around. Trying to get caught up. I'm about 4 minutes behind. Fishing profession, yes. How many characters can you have? A comfortable amount. Is there going to be an anti-zerging mechanic, or is zerging going to be a problem with open world PvP? Of course, zerging is always a problem. However, with very limited fast travel, you got to remember, boom, there's more money. Appreciate it. With very limited fast travel, you only have the people you brought with you. So if you don't bring 200 people with you and you go to try to attack 200 people, then you gotta go with what you have. They do not want it to turn into Zerg versus Zerg combat. And the thing is that there's themes, and some of those PvP things are themes. So really dig into the PvP to learn about the themes, right? And there's the themes. I just linked those. But yeah, zerging may turn into be a problem, and then they'll address it as it comes along. Let's see. Did they say their stance on add-ons? No add-ons. I have a few questions which I don't know exactly how will work. Ask away. When will this game be released? When it's done. Probably after 2021. I got to ask about auto run. Will be the option to start run, stop run versus toggle auto run. Bind all movement to mouse, making mouse wheel. Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to be able to bind running however you want. I can't answer that until we get into game. Do you think augments will let certain abilities have unique abilities depending on who the target is? Yes, that's the whole point of augments. Mad respect for going message by message. Yeah, that's the point. You guys are here to get your question answered. This is the least I can do. Does that also mean there will be an Oceanic Asia publisher? Maybe. The thing with Oceanic and SEA, my opinion, not Intrepid's official stance. I don't think Intrepid can self-publish in Southeast Asia. I just don't see it as a possibility. I think Intrepid will be able to publish in Oceanic, but not in Southeast Asia. For example, Mage plus Cleric means an AoE damage spell that may heal allies in that circle. No, you wouldn't get a Mage plus Cleric augment that's going to heal allies in the circle. You would get a Cleric plus Mage augment that might make a heal more AoE. Or you may get a Mage plus Cleric augment that gives a small hot maybe, or a boost to healing received. But mages aren't going to be able to heal other people. Otherwise, why would you... why would you... oh, hold on. Come here. They never see you. Come here. Shh. Guys, this is my feral. This is my feral cat. Her mom died when she was a kitten. She was being carried, and her mom got hit by a car. And her mom ended up tossing her, and she ended up on hot asphalt, and she was all torn up. Her paws were stuck to the hot asphalt. She was in such bad shape that when we talked to the vet said the only thing I can do for that kitten is put it down. We nursed that little one back to health, and she's been with us for 11 years. I wanted to show you. You guys should be happy. Ziva is almost never seen on stream. She almost never comes around. Let's see. Don't worry, dude. If people don't like your comments and you're helping me out in chat, they can get over it. I appreciate people trying to cross like some of the easy ones. How did I become a corporation for $1,000? Lots of legal paperwork. Luckily, I could do most of it myself. People from the EU can play on US servers. Yes, they can if you have an Intrepid account. Let's see. How will the world boss PvP work? Let's say 2 allied guilds want to kill it and another 2 to 3 guilds which you don't have clan wars with want to contest it. Will it be like Lineage 2 where you flag for PvP? Yes, exactly. Here's the thing, guys. There is a flagging system. A lot of people are getting confused about the flagging rules. I can flag on you and murder you and get corruption. Or if I flag on you and you fight back, I don't get corruption. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of open world PvP. A lot of people have it stuck in their head that there's not going to be any open world PvP. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I'm fighting over a world boss and guys are flagging on me, I'm gonna flag up and defend myself. It's just gonna be that simple. Boom. How will that work with caravans? If I'm alone, can it turn into a 5v1 if no one joins me on the defending side? Yes, it can. I would make sure that when you build your caravan, you put some guards in it. What will the game offer solo players? The same thing that most MMORPGs offer solo players. You're going to be able to do some crafting, some exploring, some gathering. You're going to have some content you can do. Are you going to be able to do like dungeons if you're not in a party? No. There's not going to be a party matchmaker. There's not going to be a dungeon finder, a raid finder. It's an MMORPG, MMO, massive multiplayer online. You're going to have to be social. You're going to have to be social. Do we know anything about fishing and whether or not it's inspired by Arc Age fishing? Will there be saltwater and freshwater fishing involving boats and ships? Yes, there will be fishing involving boats and ships. No, I don't think they're going to do saltwater and freshwater fishing exactly like Arc Age did it. After all, that would be a pretty blatant lifting of their ideas. We have very little information about the fishing, but they do want to make it engaging. So fishing is something that there is a guy in the community. His name is actually the Talking Fish, and he's waiting on fishing stuff. Will there be a casino? No, there can't be a casino because of EU law. There might be an online casino in the North American version, but then people would be mad that they have different versions. So due to EU law, you cannot have in-game casinos, even if it's only for in-game currency. Blame the European Union. Will this game be in China? No plans for China right now. Totally possible that it might be in China, but remember, China makes it very impossible for Western companies to publish in China. That would then require Intrepid to get a Chinese publisher and distributor. Dual-wield shields? No, I asked. Let's see. I don't think I've ever seen her. No, sweetheart. That's only, I think, the second time Ziva's been on stream. One time she jumped on my desk and got in the camera's face. All I got is is the QA today. Yes, Steven's going to be doing his Q&A in about 2.5 hours. Cat co-host, best part of the stream. I know, and we've ran into a problem. My cats aren't going to be able to get into me in my new studio, in my new office upstairs. So I'm going to have to open the door, bring the cats in periodically. Does not having a publisher in the EU mean there won't be an EU server? They do have a publisher in the EU. It's My.Games. And if so, during the alpha and beta, or will AOC never have an EU server? Sincerely, an EU player. Okay, EU player. My.Games is your distributor. CIS region, My.Games is your distributor. Alpha 1 will have a European server in Frankfurt, Germany. Can you play on North American EU on one subscription? No. your account is going to be moved to a region. So your account is either an Intrepid account or a My.Games account. You can choose to move your account. You cannot choose to move your characters. Let's see. I missed something. I will admit I will miss some things. I do apologize. There will be multi-purpose mounts. Is it possible to use caravans for this purpose? Kind of. I mean, you could have 5 people who all take the backpack load on the mount and not use a caravan, but a caravan holds 100 times what a person's backpack can hold. So, will there be a flagging duration or just instantaneous? There will be a flagging duration. We don't have a final count. We haven't even tested that yet. Bounty hunters have to flag for an hour. The corrupted are permanently flagged. I don't know how long it is for combatants to unflag. I believe it's 5 minutes at the baseline, and then they're going to test it later. Let's see. How does death work? Goes back to your body. Respawn locations. Respawn locations? Let's see. I'm from NA. Merc Guild's going to make bank from merchants. True. What about parlor games gambling? Okay, so there's not going to be any gambling, any tangible reward from the parlor games. There may be parlor games, and there may be people who, you know, side bet on the parlor games, but there's not going to be a system where I bet you 1,000 gold officially in game. If there is, and Steven has mentioned that in a quote somewhere, I need to find that quote, or somebody needs to give it to me, because I need to talk to him about, like, hey, bro, have you really looked into EU law? Because you can't do that. So this is gameplay. This is developer gameplay. This is not my gameplay. That's why. I'm going to be honest, guys. I love doing the podcast thing with other footage up, because I'm not trying to look at the screen. I'm just looking at the questions. So I love that. Saltwater fishing, freshwater fishing isn't really stealing Arcade ideas. It is in other MMOs. That is true. It is in other MMOs. It is in Final Fantasy XIV. It's in a couple of other MMOs. But since Steven talks so much about how he played Arcade, you guys got to remember, unlike the one guy, the one band member of our community that doesn't understand what lawsuits are, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You can still sue somebody, and you still can get tangled into lawsuits. I mean, the Palladium Publishing Company sued Tryon over the name Rifts, because their tabletop game was named Rifts. And so Tryon was involved in a lawsuit over a name. Like, how do you trademark a name, right? And then, of course, then it gets into well, your riffs are basically what we describe in our book. Well, yeah, but can you really copyright the concept of a tear in the space-time continuum? Can we both agree that you're big enough to turn off follow messages in chat? Probably, man. I will definitely do that. I will tweak that. Now that I'm bigger, that probably is good feedback. Thank you. Let's see. Do we know if there are solid time to gather metrics? Will they? Yes, there is a robust gathering system. So yes. Make a cat door. I can't make a cat door, Fupo. The door is solid, and the point of putting the solid door in is for the sound. Trying to soundproof that room. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's quieter now for you guys, or it doesn't sound like I'm in a wind tunnel. My air handler is on the second floor of my house, which is where I'm putting my office, so that's gonna suck. That's why I had to put the soundproof door in. Are siege engines going to be mountable on castle walls and ships? Good question. I don't know on castle walls, and I do know ships are going to have some sort of armament. Do I think they will release some new footage today with the AMA? No, I do not. I do not think they will. You watched the Lazy Peons video on my.com, so not overly worried about it. Should you be? No. Honestly, oh, he caught me. Posture check. My other foot was off my board. Let me grab mine real quick, because Peon's a much bigger creator than me, but I am going to admit I do tend to get into a little bit more detail than Peon because I'm not trying to do a video or two every single day. It's confidence. So just want the link. So yeah, guys, I am going to admit, I'm going to apologize. This is my older audio, so like make sure your audio is turned down when you click on that link. I'm partially deaf and we didn't realize that, so I was wearing noise reducing headphones yelling over the white noise. Now I talk under the white noise I hear, so it's easier for you guys to turn me up than it is for you guys to turn me down, and then you can't make out what I'm saying. Let's see. Chatting from phone, so hard to type. Yep, that is difficult. Will the game be on Steam? No. How dare I miss anything? I know, right? Boom. Is there a traditional Holy Trinity system? Yes, except it's going to be tank, DPS, healer, support, and then the party sizes are based on intervals of 8. But a lot of people might not fight back in the important fights, and they're probably going to try to do enough damage to get some loot. They don't have the looting rules determined yet, so it might be first tag for world bosses, or it might be you know, first tag and you have to do X percentage. You are not going to get a token because you kill a world boss. The boss is going to drop loot, but it's not going to be like games where 85 people all tag the world boss, so 85 people get a shiny. No, that's not how it works. Will breeders be able to breed auto loot pets? Not that we know of. Players will be able to wager in-game currency against other players. Yeah, good quote. Let me make sure I get with Steven on that, because I don't think he understands you can't do that unless I'd have to look at the context of that quote. I mean, I can wager against you and we can play on the game. It all determines on if it's run by the system or run not by the system. But yeah, he may not know that. He may not have followed that, or they may not be that far. That's the reason why you got to have a publisher for Europe, because the laws are different. So they may find out they can't do that. Also, remember on the wiki, some of those quotes are 3 years old. So keep those in mind. This is good that people are new, though. You're finding this stuff. So I do need to poke him to see if he's updated on the gambling. With EU law. And yes, guys, the chat will get away from me. Sometimes I just speed race ahead just to get caught up. I'm about 5 minutes behind. What prevents people from camping in front of nodes to attack every single caravan? Nothing other than the fact that if you're camping outside of my node and you're attacking every single caravan, that I'm just going to literally get 50 people together and wait till you attack the caravan, sign up as a defender, and plant you. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to not apply the corruption system to it. No, it's a perfect idea. It's a meaningful PvP system. So yes, the corruption system will not be attached to caravans. So much potential in this game, so much backfire. Also, so much testing. Make a cat turn the wall. I did think about that. Posture check, I'm good. Freeholds, from what I understand, can only be attacked if the node is destroyed in a siege. True. Can you hire NPC guards for it? Yes. If so, can you hire NPC guards for just going around? No. Then can you customize them if you say like outfits you own? Not that we know of. Then can you add your cosmetic pet skins to combat pets? You can add your cosmetic pet skins. You can add your cosmetic skins to your combat pets. Yes. They don't have to be the same type of animal. They have to be the same tier of animal. Can you change your decision to ignore a caravan? Not that we know of, because that would sort of be like, I can follow the caravan, I can choose ignore, and then as soon as my group gets nearby, I can swing out and then reflag. So I'm going to assume if you take ignore, I'm going to assume you won't be able to reflag for that caravan. Will any aspect of crafting be time-gated as harshly as EVE Online, where things take days, weeks, even months to learn? Yes. If you want to be a master crafter, it's going to take you a very long time. You're becoming a master crafter is going to require you to be dedicated to a social organization for special dials. So yes, it's going to take you months. There also, you're going to need a scientific node to be a metro to be the best crafter, because that's where you're going to get the best stuff. Will armor types affect mobility? Yes. Should I pay money for a non-released game? Yes, and since you asked the money question, this is the point of the show where I shamelessly shill. If you're one of those people that's on the fence and you haven't made your Ashes of Creation account yet, click on the big gold icon down there that says Ashes of Creation. Make your account. I will disclose. I get a kickback if you guys spend money there. Shameless shilling. Let's move on. What state is the game in now? It's in Alpha 1 QA stress testing. No DPS meters. How will the loot system work when you're in a party? Still got to be tested. Will there be any tier 3 mounts that don't fly? Yes, there will be tier 3 mounts that are ocean mounts. I am worried about nodes just leveling to 5. All can't reach 6. All can't reach 5 either. All can't reach 4. All can't reach 3. All can't reach 2. All can't reach 1. Nodes get blocked out by their neighbors, so there will be people there will be nodes that don't develop on your server. Yeah, we talked about that. BDO boss job is good on level and damage. I don't particularly like BDO, so posture check. My foot's on, I have 1 foot on the chair and 1 foot on the board, so both my feet are off the floor. How do you know how to manage multi-account? It's often badly used for profit. Well, here's the thing. You can have multiple accounts. I will have 2, at least. This game seems sick. I agree. Doesn't Final Fantasy XIV have a casino in EU servers? How are they getting around that law? Because nothing you get out of the gold saucer is tradable. Everything you get out of the gold saucer is bound to your character. So it's just you playing a game versus the system, not you playing a game versus other people. Few people have flying mounts, so guild leaders of castles and mayors of metros. Guild leaders can give smaller flying mounts to officers for battle up to 5 and only on siege day. Do you think the population is going to be big in this game? What does the developer expect for population? The population of this game back in October of 2018, which is the last meeting I had with Steven on numbers, there were 800,000 registered accounts. You can bet that that number has doubled in the last week with the Asmo interview, the Summit and Shroud interview, and the Lazy Peon video. Do you think what do the developers expect for population? 10,000 concurrent per server, 8 to 10,000. Let me make sure to say 8 to 10,000 so I don't box them in. Steven did say 50,000 accounts per server. I don't think he was thinking straight when he said that. That's one of those, give him about a 20% margin of error. I don't think a 5-to-1 ratio is going to work. So we will see. You've done a lot of research on this game. Thanks, man. Yes, I am the only person in the community that has an honorary associate's degree from Vera University. Steven gave me an honorary associate's. I'm the Ashes 101 guy. Of course I have to have a little degree. Is there going to be a mercenary system like a board with offers? Yes, not necessarily a mercenary system, but there are going to be boards from mayors and tavern owners with tasks that need doing. Ashes is letting you play today? Nope, not me, unfortunately. I'm not getting to play. I'm just showing their footage. Are there map coordinates? Probably. We've had map coordinates in Alpha 0. There was a map grid in APOC, just a standard map grid. Is the world round? No, maybe, possibly. The world will be tested both round and flat. Let's see. Will leveling via artisan skills be slower than conventional combat leveling? Yes, probably. That's not stated by the developers, but having been a guy that has leveled in pretty much everything, you generally can level with artisan skills. But here's the thing. How did you get your money? Where did you get your mats? You probably did other stuff getting the mats in the gold, unless you're power leveling in alt. So yeah, we don't know enough about that to give you a solid answer. Will players be able to own buildings other than taverns inside nodes? Number one, I don't have details on the tavern ownership inside the nodes, like the city itself. And yes, you can own a shop if you're in an economic node that has reached level 6, then you can buy a shop building that you can then take out into the world and put down, and then you can put those down near the market building. Market and marketplace are two different buildings. You can put that down near the market and economic nodes. Why are there 5 metropoli at the same time and only 5 castles? So there are 5 castle regions. Hold on, I gotta grab you a very specific page. You have a very specific question, so you're gonna get a very specific page. There are very specific terms. What? There are very specific terms for Ashes of Creation and how the world is laid out. I've just linked you the World of Vera, the regions, the zones of influence, the nodes, and the divine gates. These are important, and it's very important to know the differences. So yes, I've linked you something that should help you. If you have more questions, then let me know. Can Ashes of Creation be played now? No. Why have multiple accounts? As a content creator, I'm going to have multiple accounts so that I'm not falling into the trap of telling new players something is easy when I'm doing it on the account that I play like 150 hours a week. I'm going to do it on the account that I use while I stream. Also, my main account is going to be like my main account. My alt account is going to be for the Ashes 101 guild to help new players on my server. Will running use stamina? Maybe. Is it going to be a stamina limit? Maybe. Can we expect a system like Breath where limit can be raised? Probably not, but I don't want to speak for them. Do you know if loot tag experience will be shared on normal and elite mobs? No, probably not, but that all has to be worked out. They are not making a casual friendly game where you can just run up and tag people's mobs and share in the loot and the experience. That's not what they're trying to build. This is a world with, consequences. How do general items look in game? I know Steven said there are sets, which people can understand, but general gear, is it just stats, for example, or plus spell damage? We have no idea, man. We have no idea. That's like so far in the weeds. I gotta get I gotta get into the game before I can start doing that. Somebody was thankful of the node system. Yeah, Ashes 101, guys. Ashes 101, lots of stuff. If you've got like big things, big questions, you don't know anything, Ashes 101, a good place to do a quick read. I got a gnat in here. We had the door open, bringing in the bed. Dude, don't undervalue yourself. Your interview was a lot better than Summit's, if you ask me. No, you got to remember, my interview and Summit's interview with Shroud, two different types of interviews. Summit's reach and Asmongold's reach is so much bigger than mine that Steven's interview with them was like marketing, promotion, PR, advertising with a lot of, like, I think, what did I say, 30? I'm not going to recount it. I think there were 30 tidbits of stuff that came out from between those two interviews. I'm more of a, let's talk about them at the meat sort of interviewer. Now, hopefully, as I grow, as I grow, I'll be able to, it won't be like, oh my God, did you see the video Peon did? It'll be, did you see the videos that Peon and Jahlon did? Oh, there's money. I got that noted. I got to fix that. I wish I was experienced enough and knew enough about programming to work on this game. It's just a dream. Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people do. I've told Steven he's the only person I'll work for. I'll come out of retirement doing process improvement and marketing, advertising if he needs me. He's the only person I'll work for. Can I teach you my ways? Yes. Here is actually, guys, here's actually the secret to all of my financial success. Where's my other one? Where is my other one? Did it fall? Guys, I am not going to be able to be successful today because I can only consult the Magic 8 Ball. I don't know where the Magic 9 Ball is. Where's my Magic 9 Ball? Oh. All right, we've got a catastrophe. I've got a Magic 9 Ball on the loose. Let's see. Are there rough dates for Alpha 1? Alpha 1 is this fall. No other dates exist. Does the map you already discovered update if the town is no longer there? No, that's not really their plan. They don't want to. They don't really want you to know the whole world. There's a good question here. Why should we drop money on this game before we have seen it in its release form? Let's face it, the way games are currently released currently, it's close to daylight robbery. Here's my answer. Here's what I'm going to tell you. And this sentiment is shared by Steven. If you're not convinced with what you're seeing on the screen, if you're not convinced by what I'm showing off and what other people are showing off, here's the thing. Don't invest. Steven doesn't want you to invest. Steven does not want to take money out of your pocket if you don't have money to spare. You'll notice I tell people to sign up using my referral code because it costs you nothing and it helps me, it helps me do the things I want to do because let's be honest, doing anything costs money. It costs you nothing and I get 15% of your purchases. That's why I say if you haven't signed up for Ashes, click the big gold thing, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy a pack. I will never tell you to go out and buy a pack. Buy a pack when you're ready. Buy a pack when you have the disposable income that it works for you. And here's the best part. Nothing in those packs is pay to win. Now, I am going to tell you that some people are going to regret not buying some of the cosmetics. Where did I put that thing? I think I deleted it because I finished the video. When did I wait? Hold on. Is it? Sorry guys, I cleared off some stuff. Yeah, I deleted some other my interview stuff. If you like the monthly cosmetics this month, then buy a founders pack. If you don't like the cosmetics this month, don't buy a founders pack. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break part of their marketing, and they're not gonna be mad at me for it. The fear of missing out is a powerful driving force. You can just ignore it and say, I don't want to spend any money. Oh, not what I wanted. You're not what I wanted. Get out of here. But I will show you some cosmetics that I have bought because, I like them. And I am, of course, going to now fall further behind. No, what am I in? Media source? No, that's not a media source. It's a image. And I do apologize. As I get closer to, as we get closer to Ashes of Creation, I will have more and more of this stuff pre-done. But here we go. This is just a sprinkling of some of the cosmetics they've already sold, right? And I know some people are like, oh man, it's sick. I missed it, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. Some of those things are never coming back in that form. Well, hold on. None of those things are ever coming back in that form. There may be some alternate versions, some like similar but not the sames that come out, but you're never getting those again. And that's okay. If you didn't throw your money down when it was time, Steven has actually made a statement. The reason why they're not showing the full done 3-dimensional renders of the pre-cosmetic sales is that while absolutely they would drive sales up, he, wants to, sort of reward people who take the chance and invest when the iron's hot, so to speak. Will there be a significant XP decrease if I'm under-leveled and in a party with someone much higher than me for power leveling? Well, I can tell you right now, given that they want to put the MMO back in MMORPG, you're not going to be doing power leveling. Snap, crackle, pop. Units of measure always confuse me in games. Do all MMOs use the same unit when determining the size of the map, or are they different? They are different. Not only are they different between games, they are different between game engines. Sorry about my chair. I need a new one. A big thing is this. A lot of times games will say our game is this big, but their movement speed is 3 times faster than another game. Well, if I have a game that's 100 square miles and I run it 15 miles an hour, that's not a very big game. Versus if I have a game that's 50 square miles and I run at 1 mile an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Keep that in mind. Ashes of Creation, however, do I have that one? I think I have that one. I'm going to show you guys this. And, no, I got to do... I'm still, why are you being so difficult with me, the computer? I did this math breakdown, and Lex helped me, and a couple of Zilch, I think, helped me. We tore up this map that they showed us. And oh, do I not have it? Where did I put it? Boom. Appreciate that. Where did I put it? Like I said, guys, I actually had a hard drive go bad. So I've been, oh, here we go, map grid. So this is what happens when you have a content creator who's a no-lifer, who spends all the time, boom, there's two, who spends all this time looking at stuff. I want you to realize that at a very bare minimum, this is the grid. This is the grid laid over the map. You're looking at no less than 15 minutes foot speed per grid. That's assuming you don't have to go around. And that's just based off my math, my numbers, based on playing APOC with map sizes. So this world is going to be huge. It's going to feel huge. So just keep that in mind. Boom. Appreciate it. Where are we at? We're at 4416 with 235 viewers. Guys, I appreciate you. Will armor affect mobility? Yes, as it is right now. Armor will affect mobility. Of course, subject to change. And then I got to tell Stream Elements to stop telling. Can I time you out? Can I time out Stream Elements? I'll have my own server. No, I wanted my own server, just the server I'm on. Sweet Tart will basically be Jahlon's alt. No, Sweet Tart, you're a good healer. And you're a good bard. Frostpaw will not be Jahlon's alt, but Frostpaw will be my pocket archer. I'm a healer, but I am not a pocket healer. I have pocket tanks and pocket DPS. You said consequences for actions, but without full loot. What kind of consequences could there be? The consequence for killing people is a 300 to 400% negative XP gain, plus corrupted can drop gear. Only corrupted can drop gear. How hardcore is the PvE? Will you drop items in death? Yes, you will drop a percentage of your gatherables and your craftables. How would, for example, a cleric fighter different from a fighter cleric? Okay, so you only get the abilities of your main archetype. So your primary archetype determines your role and what abilities you get. So a cleric is a healer, and a fighter is a damage dealer. A cleric fighter, we have no idea how those augments are going to work, but a fighter cleric is going to be a fighter with self-sustain. You've almost finished my 7-hour video. Good for you. Can female dwarves have beards? Yes. The kitty may have stolen the 9-ball, to be completely honest, or it fell. This desk is actually a sit-stand desk, but when that light panel is in place, I can't raise the desk. Unfortunately, if I take that light panel off, it looks like I'm broadcasting from the Illuminati headquarters, and that's Steven's job. So when I get upstairs, that light panel is going to go on a stand. Do you get any benefits from contributing resources to a building? Yes, your node gets that building. I was asking about normal elite tags, since there can be issues with player versus mobs amount ratio at the start of servers. You played Arcade on Launch, which is one of the games that has first tags, so you know what I mean. So 480 square kilometer world with 100 square kilometers of Underrealm, and I'm not worried about competing for mobs with people. If you want the 8-ball and 9-ball, make sure to check out the Amazon Blacksmith extension on the channel. I know. By the way, guys, so you know, the Amazon Blacksmith extension exists because people ask me all the time, like I'll be streaming and people will say, what's that? And why do you wear it? And blah, blah, blah. I set up my Amazon Blacksmith for that reason and for the books I read and the books I recommend. I'm an educator at heart. So like I have books I think every adult should read. I don't care if you buy them from me or not. It's just the best Twitch thing for people to find this stuff. And by the way, when people say they can't afford books, if you click on the Amazon Blacksmith, you go into the book and you find a used copy. Most of the books I recommend are like top tier reading for personal financial development, leadership, success. And you can get a lot of them for $1. And all I have to say is you can get a book on self-development for $1. And you can't spend $1 to make yourself a better person. And then you wonder why you wear a paper hat and say, would you like fries with that? Self-improvement, guys. Self-improvement. I can't wait to start my cargo and ferry routes from a nice port town. Yeah, me too, man. I can't wait to have the Paradox boat. We're going to build a boat. We're going to build a whole fleet of boats. Possibility of skills abilities being bound added to equipment like in Apocalypse. Yes, your weapon will give you... Your weapon has a skill tree. So your weapon does have a skill tree. Posture check. Oh, you got me. My foot was on the floor. Sweetheart has an account but hasn't bought an ASC. Sweetheart's account will get paid for at least... Sweetheart's account's going to get paid for as a thank you for all the work she does for me. Let's see. I'll buy a pack once I see the impressions on the alpha test. Hey, that's the perfect answer. And I'm going to be doing as much Alpha 1 streaming as I can. So if you followed, make sure you come back when we're doing alpha testing. And the way I do it, the way I do it is just like we're doing here. Not as convoluted, but what happens is like today's going to be fighter and rogue day, even though I hate fighters and rogues. So the first 4 hours is fighters. Ask me all your fighter stuff. We're going to go in, we're going to look, we're going to mess, we're going to play, and then rogue. And then unfortunately, when they're classes I don't like, my plan is I will do a Jahlon review of all 8 primary archetypes in alpha. I'm also teaming up with a team of streamers. The goal is to get me to Twitch partner so I can help these smaller streamers. I'm going to put together a stream team. And then on Ashes 101, I plan on having a staff, like a teacher staff of the people that I know are good, so that I can say, this guy is the guy you go to ask about archers. This guy is the guy you go to ask about fighters. But I specifically handpick people, like a guy from Arcage, Shoot Who was on my Discord. He would answer questions. Warhead streams sometimes. He would answer questions. And then Cybot was an archer and he would answer questions. So I felt comfortable sending my audience to those guys. That's loud. I felt comfortable sending my audience to those guys. So I sort of stopped answering those class questions because I found resources. Let's see. Is there a website that covers all the cosmetics that have dropped so far? Yeah, Frost, you can go to the wiki and look up cosmetics. If you buy the cosmetics, you can always change it to any cosmetic pack. No, you cannot. If you buy the cosmetics, you can purchase any cosmetic packs that release, but you cannot change them. Flavor of the month is one of the best marketing tools. Yes, it is. It's an amazing one. I'll just save the money for a secondary account on launch. Also true. Also true. Money isn't the issue. Too many broken promises by other game developers. Sure. I mean, if you've got a fear of broken promises from other game developers, then just wait. Just wait. Can you play Ashes without picking up any crafting professions? Yes. I don't like gathering or crafting in MMOs because I'm too dumb. Ashley, you're not too dumb. You're a member of the Ashes 101 community. You will get taught. You will figure it out. I refuse to believe you are too dumb. I refuse. Star Citizen selling expensive cosmetics. Okay, Star Citizen and Ashes of Creation are 2 totally different monetization models. Star Citizen is actually selling ships. Ashes is selling cosmetics. Keep that in mind. Huge difference. AOC uses Unreal Engine 4, which is amazing. Yes, they've also gutted it and they've input their own server backend. Boom, boom. Ember Tech gave out a bunch of subs. Appreciate that. Is he now number 1 again? Not yet, but he is at the bottom of the screen. Ember Tech, guys, I want to tell you, he's a sneaky dog. He found my Streamlabs donation button, which I didn't even remember having. Oh, I got to write that down. Turn off that. I didn't even know I had that. And then he found my Stream Elements one. So that was funny. That's what Shroud of the Avatar said when you get cosmetics. Years later, they are now selling those exclusive cosmetics, so people use your money wisely. I mean, if Steven turns around and sells exclusive cosmetics again, he's going to get crucified in the court of public opinion. So let's be honest, Shroud of the Avatar is a failing game. You know? Will there be XP boost for parties that have a diverse archetype? Not that we know of, but wouldn't count that out. Let's see. The cosmetics will have similar in-game versions. That's been stated multiple times. Yes, that is true. Similar, but not the same. Does having one primary healing and tanking archetype worry me? No, not at all. I think it's good. I am gonna say, Oh, if the comments are open for the AMA on Reddit, everyone just go ask him questions about Jahlon and Ashes 101 just to see how many times he has to say my name and Ashes 101 during the AMA. That'd be amazing. Just keep asking him. Like, and Jahlon said. See how many, keep it cha-ching, cha-ching. But no, just having one primary healing and one tanking archetype boring me. No, not at all. I argued with Steven for a long time from a game designer position that having fixed primary classes is kind of archaic. And then as Steven got to know me, as I got to know Steven and I talk like independently outside of the normal chat. Like I send him like 45-page documents so that, like, you know, instead I don't just say this sucks. I roll up concerns and give him links to where those concerns were. Like the bounty hunter one from MMORPG is really good. I need to roll that up to him just because, you know, you get tunnel vision on a project. My job in the military was to be the yeah but guy. My boss could have a great idea, and every commander I ever had always gave me 2 yeah buts. Like, hey, we're doing this. Yeah, but. Da-da-da, give me the answer. Yeah, but. Da-da-da. And after that, I had to shut up. But a lot of times after the first yeah, but, the boss would be like, okay, I didn't think about that. And I do that for Steven as well. But no, I think having one primary archetype, so I'm a cleric, right? And I have 8 class choices. I think that's enough. I think I'm comfortable enough with that. I mean, I still think it sucks because let's say I'm a healer, or I'll use this example. Let's say my static rating group, you know, they find out I'm leaving on Tuesday for 10 days or for 9 days or whatever. I'm leaving on Tuesday and I'm gone for 8 nights. Well, then they're like, well, shit, what do? We just lost our main healer. Well, now they got to go and they got to try to find pugs, or they got to they got to talk to the guild and be like, okay, guys, our raid group is broken for the next week cycle. Who needs fill-ins? Instead, where, you know, my guild could be like, okay, I'll just roll healer. I'll respec healer, and we just bring one of the DPS that doesn't have a static group. You know, so I think there is some concern, but I'm okay with having 8 different classes. The boy with the black dog. What's the black dog's name? Just found out about this game and someone's streaming it. This is dope. I'm not actually streaming. This is actually their footage. This is their footage. I'm just borrowing it, but I am doing the Q&A. Let's see. Trying to catch up. I'm still behind. Frost missed out on a few cosmetics that he wishes he had. Yeah, but I didn't have the disposable income at the time. I'll say for a while I wasn't getting the answers I wanted out of Steven, so I stopped buying cosmetics. Just that simple. You have a separate image of that on Ashes 101. Road Dog, you're going to have to tell me. I'm about 10 minutes behind. Which image? Multi-boxing will be allowed. Yes. Will you be able to use third-party programs? No. If you get caught using 10 accounts with one click, say goodbye to your 10 accounts. Good people are answering stuff for me. If you kill an uncombatant, will they drop some of their loot? Yes. They will drop a percentage of their gathering and their gatherables and their craftables. I guess you're a US player, I'm a EU player, and nervousaboutmy.com. What do you think will happen for EU players? What will happen for... Sorry. Anybody watching this after the fact, I just mumbled through that question. Hey, I guess that you are a US player. Yes, I am. I am an EU player and nervousaboutmy.com. What do you think will happen for EU players? I've talked about it a couple of times. I've linked my video on it. If you do Paradox Gaming Network, my.com, you'll get my video. I think Steven's going to hold my.com accountable to their contract. And if they don't adhere to their contract, they're going to lose the distribution rights. Hey man, just wanted to thank you for all the work you put into the Ashes community. I watched your entire 7-hour Q&A along with others. Yeah, guys, this is fun for me. Not having to be playing a game at the moment, just sitting here, being able to like talk with my hands. Good to go on that one. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. If my.com is doing a bad job at the end of the like, here's the thing. If my.com is doing such a bad job that they're not meeting the metrics, then they're in contract violation, and Intrepid will use the legal system to, just dissolve the contract. If they do bare minimum Bobby, then when the contract comes up for renegotiation, Steven might put that out to other distributors. And if Ashes explodes the way everybody thinks it will, then My.com is going to be like, well, we'd like to keep the contract. And Intrepid's like, nah, we just signed a deal with Nexon, or we signed a deal with, God, I hope not, Gamigo or Cacao or something else. So, yeah, My.com is literally going to be sitting on a gold mine. So all they have to do is look at the contract, meet the contract. I am optimistic that My.com is going to use Ashes of Creation as the opportunity to like change their spots. You know what I'm saying? And become a better company. You don't see the blacksmith? Just click over our cursor over my screen. It should be there. I hope I didn't disable it again. I always break this damn thing. Guys, you have to realize I break my stream all the time. Yeah, my blacksmith is there. Don't scare me like that. Do we know how much the subclass can affect the main class? Yes, a lot, because that's where you get your augments. Can a summoner tank be an effective tank? No. A summoner tank would be an off tank at the most. Summoners are different, though. I do want to say summoners can fill holes in the party because they're the jacks of all trade. So wait on that. Does reading a D&D sourcebook count as reading a book? No. All right, guys, I have like radically fallen behind. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm jumping ahead to 1:15. If I missed your question, please repost it. I'd fallen about 15 minutes behind. So I do apologize that you have to retype your question, but let me focus on getting caught up. Just found this game and checked the streamers that had interviews last week, and I see some of the ideas remind me of the old role-playing game Birthright. Never heard of Birthright. Are all the items that we get from monsters or crafting soulbound? Very little stuff is soulbound. Do you think they made a mistake having only one pure tank archetype? No, I do not. I think having one tank archetype that gets 8 tanking classes is fine. I think they'll be fine. So how much is going to be taken from houses if your town breaks? So if your town gets destroyed, you lose all your gatherables and all of your craftables inside the house. All of your gear, weapons, furniture, finished items, and decor items get mailed to you. Steven made it clear whether Intrepid will retain ownership rights over user accounts? Yes, they will. It's not going to be one of those situations where My.com loses the contract and they peace out and they don't transfer the server information. Intrepid's going to have a copy of your account. Intrepid will have a copy of your account. How many characters can you have per account? A comfortable amount. Do you think streamers will get every castle and big city at the start? No, I don't think streamer guilds are necessarily any better than normal guilds. So, and people like, yes, of course, like Asmo, Shroud, Summit, probably me. If I went to a scientific node and was like, I'm up for election, people would be like, oh, my mayor is Ash's 101 guy. So there is going to be advantages there. But no, some are you buy your seat, some are you do quests, and some are you win in the PvP tournament. So, do I have an external photo of the blocks in the map? No, because that's my creation. I posted it on the Discord a couple of times, but it's not on Ashes 1, because it's not a sanctioned and official. Steven stopped talking to us when he realized that he had real-life cartographers in his guild that could like overlay stuff, and they don't want us to know everything. They have 30 million to spend. They have well more than 30 million. 30 million is only Steven's contribution. Will there be secret areas with one-of-a-kind loot sprinkled throughout the world? Yes. There are legendary unique items. So, you can find those. You did get the Arctic Prowler. Good for you. When augmenting abilities with a secondary class, do you choose one augment school for all abilities, or do you choose a school for each ability? Unknown at this time. You may do it for each ability, or you may be able to flip in. Are the animations in the 4K developer footage stand-in? I prefer the action combat such as What's an Apocalypse. It's not that these are animation stand-ins. I mean, they're actually using what's there. So some of the abilities they're using are tabs. Some of the abilities that they're using are action. Where did he go? There he goes. Is there weight encumbered mechanics for gathering? Yes. Do mounts have inventories? Yes. Your mule carries 10 times as much as you can. If I own a player-owned tavern, I know you can set the music. Will it be an in-game list, or can I use out-of-game music, or is it too early to tell? It is too early to tell. I highly doubt they're going to let you use out-of-game music, only because then DCMA strikes. Because technically, Intrepid doesn't have the right to use out-of-game music. EVE Online allowed you to load out-of-game music into your own jukebox for a while, but that caused all sorts of issues. How confident am I in Intrepid's ability to balance 64 classes? Very, because they're not balancing them for 1v1. So, numbers in guild doesn't always equal better performing guild. True. Is there a labor system? No. Will there be a guild member cap? 300. Asmongold won't be able to keep playing. He can't play Classic WoW because he's just ganked every time. Yes, also realize Asmongold's not there to play a video game. He's there to entertain you. So, keep in mind, Asmongold's what I call content. If you guys have ever heard me talk about content creation, which I help mentor small content creators, because so many people are like, it's so hard and I'm going to give up at 50 subscribers, and be like, shut up. It's a job. You got to treat it like a job. But Asmo is, he is the content. So Asmo is going to do what's best for Asmo to put money in Asmo's pocket, because that's his career. You're not going to find Asmo doing Ashes 101. He's not going to do a different, he's not going to do Asmo's guide to Ashes, because that's not what people go to him for. You guys come to me because you want me to dive into every single question. Have you looked at his chat? Also, the fact that, you know, I don't think he's going to want to play Ashes the way he played WoW, because he wants the content. He can't have a 10,000 person guild in Ashes, because then he'll be the whole server. And who's he fighting? In one of the videos for Ashes, Steven unveiled a dungeon with a mage. He didn't unveil a dungeon with a mage. He unveiled a path in a dungeon with a mage. Every one of the classes is going to have an ability to do stuff. Like, there might be a path you can't go down unless you have a cleric, which is, I think, is weird, because every party is going to have a cleric. So, again, that's one of those. If you only have one tanking archetype, it's tank, and you only have one cleric archetype, or one healing archetype, and it's cleric, then every party's always going to have a cleric. Let's see. I saw in the wiki they mentioned that the specific 3 castle nodes that are all around the castle will suffer certain benefits for the defender. Do we know anything? Yes. Ready? Where's castles? Some of this stuff, guys, like I said, Ashes 101 is your friend. Some of this stuff is so detailed. I'm linking you links to the content I've already made. And I want to explain why I do that. Not that I don't want to sit here and try to give you like a detailed answer, but I can't give you this massive in-depth answer. I can't give you as massive of an in-depth answer as I can if I spend, you know, a couple of hours writing a web page. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, oh, he's doing it from 12 to 1. I thought it was at 1. Okay. So yeah, I don't want you to feel like I'm just like shoving you off. But it's like you're asking me to explain like what I needed a 15-minute video to do. So obviously, catch me on my Discord, catch me on the official Discord. I will go into more details for you. And we will do that. Let's see. Will the game be translated into Spanish? If there is a large enough... He caught me again with the posture checks. I keep putting my foot on the floor. Will they put the game in Spanish? The plan is to put it into Spanish at some point post-launch. Is there a plan for a South American server? Maybe. However, I don't think they currently have a plan for regionally priced servers. And I know people are going to jump on the, well, WoW did it. Yeah, well, WoW also has a couple of, $1 billion that they can afford to lose money on, like, a handful of players. Let's see. At this point, they have proof of concept and could raise massive funds. They could raise massive rounds of funding. This game is getting 100% made. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Ashes right now they have enough done that they are not going to have a hard time finding investors, angel investors. There's probably companies who are chomping at the bit to own a piece of Ashes. Care to explain what tab in action is? Tab target is any ability that requires you to have a locked target to use that ability on them. Action abilities are any action that you can do that is radial off yourself, a swipe in front of yourself, or a ground reticle placement. Is there another Q&A today? Yes. Steven is doing official Q&A in 40 minutes. 300 viewers. I know, guys. Appreciate it. 298 people hanging out with little old Paradox. I'm going to make some of these changes, get rid of all these stream element follow notifications. So we're going to get that done. I will be gone. I will be gone for like a week and a half. I am locked into my Disney trip. I couldn't get a refund. I'm not worried about going to Disney. The only time I'm worried about my trip is going through the airports and being on the plane. And we have crazy medical grade masks from my wife and I being medical in the military. So I know. Do mules count for any tier 1 mount skin, or is it separate type? Mules? I don't think you can skin mules because I believe they want them to be a visual indicator of being a mule. That's a good question. Let me write that. Let me copy that one over to my questions list. Like I said, guys, if I don't have an answer, I will usually I will add your question to my list. I just did my interview with Steven, and now I just did my interview with Steven, and now he's doing all this other stuff, and now all the hype is. Could you imagine the interview if I was doing it like now with all these new people, all this hype? Oh, we would explode. But if you didn't check out the interview that I did with Steven, okay, I highly recommend you go back to the July 8th interview. Boom. Because I was in the weeds, man. I was in the weeds with him, and this is the July 8th interview. Man, you guys make me hydrate so much I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. You saw that I used to be a teacher and I'm a full-time streamer. No, I didn't make the jump. I am not self-supported by my streaming. I'm a retired military officer. I was a teacher, and then on 9/11, some terrorist assholes decided to fly a plane into a couple of buildings. I finished my master's. I enlisted in the military, finished my master's degree, went to basic training. About 7 years later, I bootstrapped. I loved the military. I shattered, when they put the surgical anchor in, I tore this bicep. They were putting in the surgical anchor right about here. My upper arm shattered. The recovery time was going to be so many years. I was never going to be able to do my job again. I was never going to be able to wear body armor. For a long time, I couldn't use my arm this way. I couldn't use my arm this way in all requirements for my AFSC. So I retired from the military as a captain. They were really good to me. I miss the Air Force. I miss it every day, but they were like, thank you for your service. Go be retired. But if you get with me, KB, get with me after the show. We can talk. I can give you some help being a content creator. In the case of animal handling, do we know if breeding utility animals will be a focus? Yes. For example, a boar that might sniff out herbs. Not that detailed, but let's see. Somebody wants a shout out done. Where's my rewards thing? You want a shout out to Fasal 108. Okay. Shout out to Fasal 108. Let me move that over there just in case. Let's see. How will parlor games work? Will the Dyson card games just be done with the text chat? You should be able to see actual Dyson cards. That's the goal. Look at this guy. He's giving out subs all over the place. What a good guy. How many times have you gotten when's released today? Oh, you know, only a handful. Asmo shade? I threw no shade on Asmo. I said he's the content. People go to Asmo's stream to watch Asmo. Like, I think Asmo, first of all, I'm going to separate that. I think Asmo does a very good stream. And I think Zach has a very good brain in his head and a very good head on his shoulders. People talk shit about him like he's an idiot. And I finally went to go and watch him. There's like, yeah, this idiot. And then I watched him break down the video that one of the content creators did that got all mad that he got an alpha key. And I was like, this guy's got a brain in his head about marketing. Boom. Hype train incoming. Look at that. Let's see. You have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. That's cool. I have no idea what that is. Thank you, big purple thing. We have 5 minutes to roll our hype train, and we're at 10%. So if you got a Twitch Prime sub, throw it over. Let's see what this does. To sub, gift, or use bits. So if you have a Twitch Prime account, now is the good time to use it. You'll notice I'll say Twitch Prime because it's free. Let's see. What did I used to do for work? Military officer, and then I was a teacher. Mac client, not presently. Oh, 32. 32%, 33, 34, 41, 42, 43. Go, guys. Go. If you've got bits sitting around, now's a good time to throw bits. Anyone know what happened with the EU website? My friend wants to buy a pack. Unfortunately, purchases are currently disabled. Okay, so the EU website, they're not allowed to sell packs right now. And I'm going to leave it at that. You can ask Steven at the AMA why. I've talked to Steven about that, but guys, keep in mind that I have an NDA with Intrepid Studios. So I always respect my NDAs. So I'm not going to go any further into it's down. Intrepid knows it's down. My.Games knows it's down, and they're working on something to get it back. You will have ample time to buy a package. That is true. Since gear is tradable, won't that cause major RMT? Oh, look at this guy. 500 bits. We are at 71%. Boom. Thank you, Road Dog. Here's the thing. RMT is going to happen in every single game that has tradable gear. But Steven acknowledges that having non-tradable gear is far more disruptive than not allowing people to trade gear, because it ruins the experience. Like, I'm going to say this, and somebody clipped this the other night, and I'm going to say it again. I hated BDO. I hated BDO for the simple fact that you couldn't trade gear. You could not trade gear. Frostbolt is tab target, Cone of Cold is action. Yeah, McCabe, that's a good example. I'm sure you're answering somebody, but if I have to have a target, like a usual Frostbolt, then that's a tab target ability. If I can just throw an ability out in front of me, that's an action. And guys, I do apologize. 309 viewers, lots of questions coming in. I am going to miss you. I am going to skip you. I do apologize. If I miss your question, it's not personal. Go ahead and get with me on Discord. You can PM me on Discord. I'm Jahlon #0001. You can join my Discord. You can get me anywhere you can get me, and I will answer it. That's kind of exciting, guys. We've got 1 minute and 40 to go 29%. I've never seen a hype train happen. That's kind of cool. Appreciate it, guys. AOC stream is live already. I see their stream. They are up in prep mode. They have 1,000 people over there. So that is how that is. Boom. 94%. Oh, 100. We got it. We got it. Thank you, guys. That is the first hype train that my channel has ever had. I appreciate it. We're going to mark the memory. Am I going to raid the AOE stream? No, I'm probably not. They don't have a raid announce anyway. So that's cool. Oh, so okay, guys, I gotta make a note. I gotta look into hype trains. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see. You can only have one combat pet, one cosmetic pet that's just for show, an amount you can have out. A summoner can have up to 3 pets. Look at this guy go. Look at this guy go. New viewer, you answered a lot of questions and your website is very informative. High five. If you pick, for example, look at these guys go. If you pick, for example, Cleric as the first archetype and then add Fighter, will I be able to do some hard-hitting attacks? Yes, let me tell you. I talked about, oh, look at this guy, 500. Steven acknowledges that Clerics want to be able to be self-sufficient. I played Cleric in Alpha 0, and it was broken. It was broken. Asmo going to be watching the AMA live on his stream as well. Maybe I'll do that too. My family's not home. My family will tell me when they're coming home. Let me check. Maybe I'll do that too. Oh, sorry. Once I get into the office, guys, I'm gonna have the mic up by my mouth, so I won't have that click, click, clack. I do apologize. I started hardcore typing right in your ears. Do we know all the guild types that will be? Thieves, mage. Those aren't guild types. Those are social organizations. Look at Zinni. 10 subscriptions given out. Zinni is the bomb. There's going to be... there is going to be... the Thieves Guild, the Merchants Guild, the Scholars Guild, and those are all social organizations. So, that is going to be a good time. Look at this. Hype Train, level 5. 153%, guys. Awesome. Like I said, I have never seen a Hype Train on my channel. That was cool. We're going to do some good stuff. Also, I will be giving away gift cards. The Ashes money will all go to Ashes gift cards, or hopefully they figure out some way to do that I can pay as a streamer for other people's game time. Let's see. So I answered the Cleric one. Is this beta? This is in pre-alpha still. This is Alpha 1's QA stress testing. When is the release? No idea. Currency will not have a weight. Inventory will be either weight or volume or quantity. Steven acknowledged, and this is the example of community-driven development with Steven. We had some concerns about weight, and Steven heard those concerns, heard those complaints, and I love this about Steven. He literally, twice in the history of me bringing him stuff from my community, he's like, hold up, I owe you an answer. Let me go do this. Like, I have to ask Steven sometime about the node de-leveling thing and how much of that was from like the presentation I did trying to understand the metric. He doesn't want people to understand the metric. So, with that said, I may have to, you know what, I may have to consider not having a ping every time somebody follows. I used to be a really small guy. This didn't happen this much. And this thing's just been, it's like a, you know, just a bad alarm clock. Asmo was going to law school when he decided to stream instead. Really? That's pretty damn impressive. 310 viewers, 376 viewers for Jay. I think we might hit the new high cap for my channel. Boom. Am I also thinking about working with non-American small streamers? Yes. Big thing, when I was an R-Gauge content creator, I worked with content creators from Brazil because I speak no Portuguese. I got a level 5 hype train emote. We got a new emote. Strong support, level 5 completed. Awesome. So yes, anybody that is, I don't care your size. If you're a content creator, you can get with me on Discord. We can talk. We can figure out the way that I can help you. You can help me. The only thing you can't do is, oh, look at that. You guys are getting all sorts of emotes delivered to you. The only thing you can't do and please don't do this. Don't just take my content and steal it. Unfortunately, the management people who manage my stuff for me, they're just going to copyright strike you, and I can't do anything about it. So if you straight outright steal my stuff, you're going to get copyright struck. That's just the way it is. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Fasal and I had a really great conversation on, we had a really great conversation the one day, about how to do stuff. So yeah, I mean, thank you for saying that, Fasal. It just proves that yes, I'm helping people. Guys, I have fallen behind again. I'm going to try to keep up, but there's just no way. With 300 plus people, there is no way. Do we know what the trade window looks like? We'll be able to enchant someone's gear without trading them. You will be able to enchant people's gear without trading to them if enchanting requires an enchanter through your stall. So they're going to have stalls that allow you to do services for people and shops, but you have to be online for your shop. There will be a plan for reporting RMT, and let me tell you guys, don't RMT. Just don't do it. Just don't RMT. If you pick, for example, Cleric as a first archetype and then add Fighter, yes, I've answered that question multiple times. The 75 pack from the sub from pack will be used when the game is live. Yes, all of the packs are. You don't start using game time until the game goes live. You can't take Alpha Zero. Come on, I can talk Alpha Zero. I'm allowed to talk about Alpha Zero. I have a statement from Jahlon. I have a statement from Jahlon. I am Jahlon. I talk to myself. I have a statement from Steven that allows me to talk about Alpha Zero. Anybody can. Anybody that was in Alpha Zero can talk Alpha Zero. You just can't show Alpha Zero. Will there be a German translation for the game? Yes. You are required by EU law to give German and French translations. Zinni, if you're still here, I'll thank you on behalf of my wife. Tiny Tamir is my wife, and you gave her a subscription to my channel, so thank you. 400 viewers. Yeah, we dropped to 350, but thanks, guys. That was awesome. I think when we hit 400, I think we hit the most I've ever had. Posture check. Z getting me on a posture check. My foot was on the chair. I am going to tell you, I'm just going to try to roll until Steven starts and then take a little bit of a break. And, I probably am going to be done when they start. I might come back. I don't know what my family's doing, but I thought Steven wasn't going live until 3 my time, but he's ending at 3 my time. How different will, say, Cleric versus Bard play than Bard different Cleric? Totally different. You only get the skills of your primary archetype. So, I am linking the Ashes 101 on classes. You need to understand classes, and yes, a Cleric Bard plays completely different than Bard Cleric. Ember is a beast. Yes. Jay, you deserve it. You've been working hard. Yeah, guys, I want to tell you, I don't mind working hard for you. I really don't. I really do not mind working hard for you guys. I love what I do. I'm retired. I have the time to do it. I have the time to help you guys out, get your questions answered. How do I know so much about the game? I am the Ashes 101 guy. I am an official content creator for Ashes of Creation. I box with Steven pretty often. I box with Steven about stuff. I learn. If you think I'm kidding, you can go on the Discord. I'm there sometimes as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm sometimes there as late as midnight. I understand that they don't have the team right now to be answering everybody's questions. I'm happy to do it. It gives me something to do in my life. So yeah, I'm happy to do it. How soon does crafted gear become worth wearing during the leveling progression? Good question, Anti-Fusion. I can't answer that yet. I can't answer that. I will answer that obviously when I get into game. What are the benefits of the family system other than the ability to now teleport, the ability to share property, Steven hinted at they may do later on, not at launch, not at launch, not at launch. They may do family fights that are smaller than guild fights, so we'll see how that works. A bowl of fruit, what's the posture check about? A couple of years ago when I had a bout of depression, I gained like 80 pounds and I started to get blood clots in my legs. And so to always remind me that, I used to be fat, and, I have to work on that. And for all gamers, posture check is you shouldn't ever have your feet flat on the floor for long hours at a time. It's actually better for you to have something like this, a footstool, and it's better for your legs. Also, usually I get up every 2 to 2.5 hours and take a walk around. So the posture check is just a Paradox Jahlon thing from years ago. People helping me out to make sure I'm not, I did damage some vertebrae in my back. I hurt my arm. So it's just usually when you guys say posture check enough times, I'll do like this, get the stretch going, just taking care of myself. Zinni says, keep up the good work, man. You're an inspiration to the rest of us. Aw, that's nice. Am I going to marry my wife in game? Yes, I always do. I am married to my wife in pretty much every game that you can be married in. Do we have any word about skilling effects cosmetics being available? Skill effects cosmetics are available as a mechanic, as a system, because they promised those in Kickstarter, so you are going to see that. If I pick fighter and then pick if I pick fighter and then I pick a cleric as a secondary class, I get healing augments. Wouldn't that be too powerful? Yes. However, we have to see how those augments work. It's too soon to say what the balance is going to be. Posture check, feet are on the board, squared shoulders. I'm going to have to raise the price of posture check. I'm going to have to raise the prices of a lot of things. I also want to tell you guys, I am in the middle of trying to figure out a lot of stuff about streaming. I do have a Stream Elements profile and everything set up. When I get there, I will be, I am going to be doing giveaways again. Hydrate. I'm almost out of tea. You can do 10 posture checks now. God, look at these guys. Trolls. You're all trolls. You're a trolly little community. Could I tell you more about Bard? I don't have 5 gulps of water to give you. I've drank this whole thing, and this is all I have in the spare. You're heading out now? I'll see you later. Could I tell you more about Bard? Bard will have combat abilities. How would fighter augment those abilities? I don't have the first clue. He's heading out. Where did I buy that thing for the feats? That came free. That I got on Amazon. That's actually not on, I don't think that's on my Amazon dashboard. But yes, that I got on Amazon. I got this for my sit-stand desk. I have the balance board when my desk is up. And I'm going to have uplift desks. I'm going to be buying another desks as well. Oh, is that you, sweetheart? Are you the one that have you been taking care of all the redemptions? I was wondering where the redemptions were going. Then go get some water. I will. I'm just going to stay until the Ashes stream starts. And then I think I'm just going to raid over there. And then if my wife has enough plans, I'll come back. If my wife is on her way home. Guys, got to remember, I'm basically in my foyer. That's where my desk is. My foyer is not as big as Steven's. So, yeah, in about a month or less, I should be in my office upstairs, which means my family can come and go. The game will be a monthly subscription. Will 3 summons be the most for the Necromancer class? We don't even know if the Necromancer class can have 3. There could even be skills that affects how someone heals, like after getting hit for the next 10 seconds, you heal at 50%. Yes. Also, don't assume that every cleric ability is healing. Clerics are masters of life and death. So, clerics are masters of life and death. So some of the cleric augments may be like damage abilities or healing debuffs. Like I hit you as a fighter, or I hit you as a rogue cleric, and instead of applying a bleed from being a rogue, I apply a healing debuff from being a sub cleric. Raid instead of hosting should have announcement. I am gonna raid him. I'm not gonna host him. I'm gonna raid him. I was gonna watch it live, but I may, but I'm gonna jump up to take. Oh no! If I raid him, then I can't. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll think about it. I may host him and hang out. Oh no, I can't. I can't do either of those. I'd have to watch it live. Yeah, I'm gonna just raid him because that way I can get up, take a break, get something to eat, and then figure out what my wife is doing. Plus, I'll be back answering questions on the Discord. You cannot purchase your sub time with in-game currency. That will lead to pay to win. Do you think you will partake in combat-related roleplay? No. I will not partake in combat-related roleplay. Not at all. I don't mind roleplayers, but I'm going to be too busy taking a castle. Don't you think the corruption system prevents boss stealing and similar activities? Yes. Just don't be corrupted. It'd be really sad if you have to watch another raid doing the boss because of corruption. Well, here's the thing. Number one, go in with a few people and try to gank some of their key people. Remember, here's the thing. A lot of people are forgetting. A lot of people are forgetting. Okay. We have time. Yeah, we have time. And I promise, guys, when I get back from my vacation, I will have a full classroom set up like I normally do, with all of my stuff already pre-mapped out here. But here's what I want you to remember, and a lot of people keep missing this fact, right? A lot of people keep missing this fact. If I'm a combatant, okay, and I'm attacking, like, I want to make sure that you wipe on the world boss. So Jahlon and Paradox shows up in force, and you're on a world boss, and you have the world boss at 80%. I could flag up my whole raid, attack you, and then as soon as we start killing your people, my whole raid would end up starting to go corrupted for killing people. But I could also send in 8 rogues and specifically target your healers. Like I might send in a party of rogues, and they're going to target like 3 specific of your healers and kill them. And now my rogues have gone corrupted, and now everybody else can attack my rogues, but my rogues can just assassinate, juke, disengage, and then run off real quick and try to purge their corruption. So a lot of people are getting it in their head that the whole raid is going to have to flag to kill. No, this is, if you've never, and a lot of you haven't, but if you've never played Final Fantasy XI, the way you had to steal bosses in Final Fantasy XI was pretty like time consuming. So we can talk PvP. I can do a specific PvP chat, big picture, but a lot of people are just like narrow focused on corruption sucks. Just damage the players and let the world boss finish them off. Yes, exactly. Nothing says, like, you have 40 people at a raid, you have 8 healers, and we go in and we assassinate 3 of those healers. You're now making the assumption that you can hold that world boss at 5/8 of your healers, because your healers either need to get revived, and nothing stops the rogues from juking out to the border, or nothing stops me from having a second wave of rogues, or when they get up, remember, when you res, you're going to be in a weakened state. Okay, my rogues go in and assassinate 3 or 4 prime healers. Okay, and now my next group up is rangers. Well, they're standing there. They just flag and kill. So you're going to be on like a next level chess game. What if there's new info? I'm gonna go over there I'm gonna be watching that. I'm gonna close up. Like I said, I couldn't start the stream any earlier. I was getting a delivery to the house, And then I thought he wasn't starting until 3 my time. He's starting at 2 my time, which is still fine, guys. We have answered a ton of questions today, an absolute ton. And then I will figure out what's going on with my family and what they're doing. I may come back. And so if you haven't followed yet, follow, ring the bell, whatever it is on Twitch, and get notified. And then I'll answer your questions. What did I teach? I am certified to teach U.S. history, world history, civics, government, sociology, psychology, cultural anthropology, and economics. Been a long time since I had to think about my teaching certificate. I'm going to raid Steven. Yes, as soon as Steven pops up on the screen, we're going to raid him because we're going to just be like, you're being raided. Although they don't have an alert. Steven's not a streamer. He doesn't have like cool alerts. Yeah, it was funny too. There was one the band Muppet in our community. He was like, "You were never in the military." Really? People in our community, the world is a small place. There is one guy in the Ashes of Creation community. I was his red rope when we were in tech school together. What is it now? 16 years ago. He literally, the guy jumped on the screen and he was like, he said my real name. He's like, "Is that you?" And I'm like, "That's me." What's up, Magisto? We're just winding down here, waiting for the stream to start. We've answered a ton of questions. This is going to go up on YouTube. You guys are crazy watching that other 7 hours of YouTube, but at least this way, I will pop this one up. Will I teach civics in AOC? I already do, man. I already do teach civics. I teach government. I've got nodes. I've got Ashes 101 nodes teaching people the government work and how cities work and city building. Let's see. We're fine. Oh, good. It's finally slow. It's finally slow. I do apologize, guys, if you're still here and I missed your question. No disrespect to your question. Just this, I'm going to get in there, hopefully while I'm on this break. I will get in there. I will try to make this change to stream elements so it's not talking as much. How does Ashes of Creation feel about daily quests? Ashes of Creation feels that quests that you do on a daily basis should be called tasks, because that's really what they are. They're menial tasks. Quests for Ashes of Creation are going to feel menial. Now, this doesn't mean that there won't be a task on a board that says go kill 50 wolves. The mayor may put that up. The tavern keeper may put that up. There's a lot of people that may put that quest up. But that's going to come from players, not from Ashes saying this is the crap you should go do. Is it possible to play right now? Nope. This is actually developer footage. This is Steven's 4K 4K footage. So, like my whole Discord. I feel like Steven right now. My whole sideboard Discord is just certified nodes teacher. Yes. Assuming scenario where you don't get a castle and none in your guild get mayor, what is your personal and guild's goal to be? Attack a castle? Okay, so somebody in my guild will get a node. Somebody will get a node. Somebody will be a mayor. That's just a fact. We have a plan. We will work on being a lumber company. We will work on being the best privateer navy you've ever seen. I mean, Paradox works well together. Like, we're obviously not going to have everybody together again. Some people have moved on to new gaming communities, but we are going to definitely we will definitely be working on stuff. Frost just linked my Discord. I assume that's my Discord. So yeah, you can ask questions on my Discord. You can PM me. I will answer your question. I do apologize if you leave me a question on YouTube and it gets buried. YouTube doesn't give content creators a very good interface for getting back to like 3 or 4 old messages that we've already answered. It is something we've asked for. Will I be doing educational streams when AOC launches? Yes. They will be a lot like this, except when I'm doing a specific topic on Twitch, I don't answer any of the other questions. I usually tell people, like, there's usually a note or something. I'm doing this right now because I can be trying to teach people about rogues and people are going to come in with their fighter questions. Well, I've learned a lot as a content creator. If this is the rogue segment, this is rogue segment. There'll be a little note on the screen. It'll be the little chalkboard up in the corner. I'm also going to have some other things integrated, hopefully, with my chat. I don't want to put my chat on slow mode because I like your guys. I like interacting, but my Discord will probably have an associated Discord for questions, so that and that will be on slow mode. So it'll tell you, hey, come in here and ask a question. I'll have Discord up. You guys have never seen my setup. I don't know if I can show the whole thing, but my setup is. I have 2 monitors there, and I have another monitor over there. So I have Discord up usually there, which works out nice. I'm actually moving upstairs. My monitors are going to be different, and I'm gonna have better space. The camera's going to be like in this pile of junk right here. The mic is hopefully going to be on a boom arm. I'm spending about 10 grand next month getting my office set up. Did you say your guild focus is going to be lumber? Yes, we're going to be a lumber company. And what did you say? Navy? Yep, we're going to be privateers. We are going to have a boat. Big boat. Follow Twitch terms of service. Do not spam. Use minimal use of all caps. No advertising. Oh. How's the soundproofing going? The door is in. That door took me about 4 hours of sanding. The door sticks, but I want it to stick, so it's a nice soundproof seal. And then I've got a runner for under the door. I actually bought the wrong size bookshelf, so I got to get another bookshelf. But I need a bookshelf to move some stuff up there. Let's see. Aren't privateers just government-sponsored pirates? Shh. Not everybody knows that. Look at that. Prime. Guys, 119 subscribers. It means the world to me. I just want you to know that. It means the world to me. How do I feel about pirates against caravans in the ocean? I think hell yeah. In fact, Steven leaked to me that there's going to be merchant ships. I'm not going to tell you anything more than that. He wants to have merchant ships. So don't forget, guys, name drop as often as you can in the chat. Jahlon and Ashes 101 without spamming. Don't spam it. What do you think about Ashes 101? Okay, here we go. We're going to go raid them. I will see you guys later, depending on what my family does. So, you guys take care, and I will see you later. Oh, wait, we got 9 seconds. We're deploying. Oh, look. Oh, he's got it set up nice, man. He's got it set up nice.